Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Police Accountability Show. Remember, when you watch the Police Accountability Show, you agree to both being offended and that nothing you hear or see constitutes legal advice. That's right. For proper legal advice, seek out a lawyer that's local to you. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to another Police Accountability Show. I'm your host, Chad Christophers, and our topic today is creepy stalkers. That's right, creepy stalkers. Now, I found this great thing on Reddit here that said, I have a stalker who I am afraid wants to hurt me. Sorry, I have a creepy stalker who I am afraid wants to hurt me. The police will not help. Now, even if the police did want to help, they can't. Why? Because they're law enforcers. Following someone around and contacting them isn't technically in itself a crime. Otherwise, we'd have a hell of a time meeting people. But what it is that the cops can't do anything till after the creepy stalker has committed a crime. So where does that leave people with a creepy stalker problem? A big problem. Creepy stalkers are a problem to many people. It's kind of like the ones that you see the celebrities get. You don't realize, but a lot of regular people get crazies like that too. People that are in love with you, people that think they're your friend, people that think they're superior to you and they have the right to push you around, control you, make your decisions for you, and contact you unknowingly over and over again. I was a famous real estate agent's kid, and we lived in the area that he was famous. And I tell you, I had a creepy stalker problem. People that were there that were just talking to me because my father was a famous real estate agent and or rich and or wealthy. You get different, and there's many different kinds of stalkers. You get the love stalkers, and that's what you see more examples of on the news with celebrities is they're getting removed from their property and stuff like that because they're in love with them. They send them love letters, and you know what? The police can do very little. That's where you see them in court getting restraining orders against these people because that's what you need to do. You need to get restraining orders against them so they can no longer contact you at all. But getting a restraining order isn't exactly easy, and that is a big problem because we should be able to get restraining orders against people that we do not want to contact us easily. Right? Not just for the celebrities, but for regular people who end up with these problems too. And just try being a regular person, or let's say not a celebrity, right? Because being a famous real estate agent's kid, the police may not necessarily consider you to be famous or that you have famous people problems, irregardless of how anyone else may feel about that. Right? Where you're not famous to the police, but you're famous to other people and not for good reasons, right? When you're not famous or you're just a regular person, a creepy stalker isn't just some crazy that's in love with you. You don't get the good creepy stalkers that are just like fanatics and fans that want to meet you and want to know you and love you and are in love with you and don't want to hurt you. Some of them are in love with you and do want to hurt you. But as a regular person or anyone else who can see any level of fame or just even be connected to a rich person can get the creepiest stalkers ever. And they're not good ones. They are bad ones. People pretending to be your friends. People pretending to be your family, right? You get that as well. And that's another creepy stalker that you don't hear the police doing much about. People pretending to be in other people's families, right? Unless you get a recording of someone claiming to be in your family, it is difficult to do anything, right? There are many forms of creepy stalkers out there, and some of them are complicated and harder for other ones to bust. The ones that are crazy in love with you and write you love letters and stuff, that's pretty easy because you have evidence. But what about a creepy stalker there because you're rich, or because they want your money, or because they want something else, or they just don't like you? You never know. You could have inadvertently hurt someone, inadvertently destroyed someone's life. Your friend could have a problem you don't know about. Your family or relative could have a problem that you don't know about, and you end up with a creepy stalker. And this creepy stalker isn't necessarily there to make themselves obvious, right? Creepy stalkers can be very smart as well, and they can know everything about you. And this is a big problem with our community. And you can see here, this is the people of Reddit, right? And it's a woman. And the police won't help. So what do? Well, you need to gather evidence that these people, you basically need to be the police. You need to gather the evidence that these people are stalking you and start going to court. And you need to sue them yourself, right? Unless they've done something wrong, unless they've, broken the law, in which case the police can then do something. But again, they can only enforce that law. Right? They can't get a restraining order, and they don't seem to help people do that when a lot of the time people could use restraining orders a lot more often than you think, especially women with men, right? Which, as you see this woman in the picture, it's very common, unfortunately, for women and to have creepy stalkers, right? And there's very little sometimes you can do about it if they're good at being a creepy stalker and not leaving evidence and not writing you love letters and not being obvious about it. Just contacting you every once in a while, there's very little you can do about it. I had the problem for years as a kid, and I tried calling the police against creepy stalkers, people breaking into my place and everything, and the police, they do nothing but make excuses, right? They don't want to bust that. I don't think they have any benefit, or they just think that busting these creepy stalkers is too hard, right? They're quitters, a lot of the police. So that's where we as people, we need to step up. We need to support police accountability, and we need to make it so that anyone can get a restraining order against any other person easily, because why not? If I don't want any other person to contact me, I should be able to do that. I should be able to put a protection order against anyone from contacting me, right? Why not? You can't. You call the police, you try, it's very difficult, right? It's actually very difficult to get a restraining order. You got to go through court. You got to go through a huge process. And even then, the cops can still only come and do something when they've broken that protection order. So what do? As citizens, we can't all afford bodyguards like the wealthy people can, right? They need protection more than us, no doubt. But your regular citizens, regular people, have creepy stalker problems just like the celebrities do. And what do the police do about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And in a lot of ways, there's nothing they can do, right? So we need to fix this problem. Support local politicians that support police accountability. Write letters to your local politicians, guys. Creepy stalkers are a problem. People contacting others unwantedly. Girls pursuing guys. Guys pursuing girls. People, overzealous salespeople, pursuing that sale too much. There's all sorts of examples that we need to stop communicating with someone, and we need to make it easier. Do the police help with creepy stalkers? They can't. We need another avenue, another solution to creepy stalkers. I believe that we should support easy restraining orders, that you can just get a peace bond or a restraining order against anybody at any time just because you feel like it. And if that person continues to contact you, they should be charged, period. Right? It should be cut and dry when we want someone to leave us alone. Right? And I'm not even going to point out a lot of funny things about that too, but the bottom line is we need to do something about the creepy stalkers in our society and the way the police and the way we deal with them. My name is Chad Christophers. This is the Police Accountability Show. Don't work too hard.